Yeah, no, thanks, Red. I appreciate that. We've got a nice international flavor today. It's always nice to be able to talk to our brothers and sisters around the world. I'm going to give a very short presentation about Onpassive. This really is for new people. Obviously, I see a lot of familiar faces there. You've heard what I have to say, but if you're new, if you're just discovering Onpassive, this will impact you in a very, very positive way. It'll change the way you look at your online business. And I really want to talk about three things this morning or this evening, depending on where you're at. I want to talk about a self-funding business. I want to talk about, excuse me, forced success and volume. And if you understand these three things, you're going to have a really, really good understanding about Onpassive, but it's even deeper than that. You're going to find a way forward to actually start developing wealth and replacing income online. And if you're new, that's why we're all here. We're here looking for a way to replace income, build wealth online. It is what Onpassive does. So let's start with the first one. As you come in and you start to participate with Onpassive, it is a self-funding program. What does that mean? It means you'll go out of pocket once and you'll never have to go out of pocket again. And for me, that was very, very refreshing because I've been online for a dozen years. I've been in many programs, many businesses, and they take money month after month after month. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But the problem with most of these companies is you never get anything back. And eventually people just quit because they can't afford just to spend and not to get any revenue coming back. So Onpassive is self-funding. How does that work? As Onpassive launches to the world, and right now we are in the process of launching to the world, soft launch, hard launch. I believe the soft launch will happen in the next couple of weeks, and then it'll go seamlessly into the hard launch. But as we come into Onpassive, there will be a membership fee. We will all come in as customers. We will pay that fee. I believe that fee will be between $250 and $300. We'll pay that fee. And then the individuals that want to participate with Onpassive will go into their back office, click a button, and become independent resellers of the IT products. That is the process as we come into Onpassive. This is the fee that you will pay once and you will never have to pay again. The preceding months, because it is a monthly fee, the preceding months will be paid from the profits that we make with Onpassive. That brings me into forced success. It's a term that everybody loves. When I mention forced success, everybody thinks about it and go, yeah, that'd be great. I love it. They don't know what it means. As I came into Onpassive, I didn't know what it meant. But basically what it means is Onpassive is going to force you to make money, and everybody loves that. How are they going to do that? As we come into Onpassive and pay the membership fee, we get all the products of Onpassive. We click a button, become independent resellers of the IT products. We now can be paid by Onpassive. What Onpassive is going to do is they're going to go to work for us. They're going to go in to the AI IT products of Onpassive, and Onpassive is an artificial intelligence informational technology company. The CEO is Ash Mufareh. He's the visionary. He's the brain trust behind Onpassive. But they're going to go into the IT products. And for all of us that have come in and are participating with Onpassive, they're going to build for all of us a marketing system. It's more than that. They're going to take the AI and they're going to connect the two. So you're going to have a totally 100% automated business for you. That's really, really important to understand. Everybody in Onpassive, everybody that's participating with Onpassive, you will have 100% automated business, period. That's really, really important. After they do that, after they hook it up to AI, artificial intelligence, and it becomes 100% automated, they're going to go back into the toolbox. They're going to pull out another product of Onpassive, and that product is traffic. This is how it's going to work for all of us. They're going to start driving traffic for all of us, and they're going to start bringing in customers for all of us. And Onpassive is primarily a customer-based business. I believe as we launch to the world, the majority of the people coming in Onpassive will be customers. I believe about 90–95%. And these customers will land underneath us as those individuals participating with Onpassive. And we get paid off of that volume. Here's how that works. Let's say you go out, you work for a company and you make a sale. The sale's $100 and the company's going to pay you 10% of that volume. You're going to make $10. It's the same way with Onpassive. except Onpassive, when they develop the marketing system for us, they start driving traffic for us, and customers start landing underneath us. It is massive. And that's the volume we get paid off. Volume is really, really important. As we look at the customer side of Onpassive and the amount of customers that are going to be coming into Onpassive, the products of Onpassive, they are proprietary, they're cutting edge, brand new technology, they are superior at a lower price point. Customers will flock into Onpassive, and as they do, these customers are already using similar tools elsewhere, but they'll come into Onpassive because they're a superior tool, because it'll make their job easier, their bottom line better. So the amount of volume coming into Onpassive, those customers landing underneath us, is just going to be astounding. And as I talk about volume, I want to talk about two products of Onpassive, just to give you an idea of how big this is. As we look at the customers coming in, and I look at two products, one product is Academy, the other product is Staff. Just these two products and these two niches, when we look at the whole internet ecosystem, the annual revenue for those two niches is $250 billion. Now, we know that Onpassive tools are superior. They're better than anything out there. How much of that market will we take? I don't know. Could it be 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50% of the market? I think it's going to be substantial. And when you look at just these two niches and an annual revenue of $250 billion, and Onpassive, say, taking half of that, that is a massive amount of revenue that's coming in, will land under us as those individuals participating with Onpassive, and that's how we get paid. This is not a little thing. As we look at the volume of Onpassive and think about where they're going to be as they launch to the world, and again, the soft launch, I believe, will be in the next 2 weeks. Hard launch, we'll go into hard launch, just seamlessly right into hard launch. That's when we get paid the big money. But as Onpassive goes into the hard launch, it will be the first company in the history of business to launch as a unicorn company. And that's a company that has a value of over $1 billion. How does that happen? Again, as we come into Onpassive, as they do the hard launch, we all come in as customers. And when we do that, we get all the tools of Onpassive. That's when Onpassive goes to work for us, builds the marketing system for us, and starts driving traffic. But that's how they're going to go to $1 billion company right away. We're going to go in and click a button, become independent resellers of IT products so we can be paid. But the majority of the people after that coming in as customers, they will come in because of the products of Onpassive, and they will pay a monthly fee. Why is that important? When a customer comes in, loves the products of Onpassive, pays that monthly fee, our income becomes a residual income. That's how we build wealth online. When that happens, everybody here is going to have a smile on their face from ear to ear. That's how powerful this is going to be. As we look at Onpassive and what's happening today, there is a position today, it's a founding position. What it does is it locks you into the company of Onpassive, it locks you into the pay structure of Onpassive. There are some really tangible benefits to doing that. I won't get into that on this presentation. But if you understand those first three concepts, if you understand self-funding, if you understand for success, if you understand the kind of volume that's going to be coming in for all of us, you're going to understand how your bottom line is going to change, how you're going to be able to take care of those financial woes that we've all had at one time. And I can tell you, you will be able to start dreaming about that lifestyle that perhaps today, up to today, you haven't dreamt about. Start dreaming about it, because it is going to happen. Onpassive was made for you and I to come online and be successful. That's what they're doing today. It is a reality day. We are just about in the soft launch. Time is short. Come on in, become a founding member, pay that fee. Believe me, you will not be disappointed once you're locked into the company of Onpassive. It is going to be awesome for everybody here. Red, that's just a really, really quick description, a little differently than the way I've done it in the past. Hopefully it made sense. And I know if it didn't, you and the rest of the group here will make sense of it. Thanks, Red.
Cheers, Mike. Sign me up again. That's all I can say. Every time you deliver this, do you know something? It just excites me, man. Honestly, every single time it excites me. And I've heard it so many times. You know, you really are the master of delivery as far as it is concerned. I have to use slides to find my way and to keep me going in one direction. You do this all from up here, and I applaud you for it. Nobody else is as good as you at doing it, and it is amazing. Okay, so we have a little bit of a running order going here now. Remember, guys, if you've come onto the panel to talk, you need to raise that hand one more time so that I can put you in a running order so that we don't talk all over each other. Make sure that when you come onto the panelists as well as a participant, you mute your microphone. And remember, guys, you are on camera, okay? So don't forget what you're doing on that camera. So the running order then we've got going, we're going to be going William Delorme, Alicia, fantastic, and Paul Angus and Cedric. So William, please unmute yourself and take it away.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can, William. Nice to hear you again.
Yes, thinking about the 4 pillars of Onpassive, you brought it down to the what's it called? CATMO. And the first one is complete digital products. The second one is automated with artificial intelligence. And the third one is traffic. T for traffic, targeted traffic, and equals M, which is money, residual. And we have Onpassive, which is O, lifting humanity. Now, I have a really interesting thought. When you catch a falling star, you put it in your pocket. So now I'm taking those 4 pillars and put it in my pocket for a rainy day. How do you think of that thought?
Fantastic, William. Do you know something? That is what we should all be thinking. This is almost God-given what we've got our hands on here. And it is that falling star. It's up to us to pick it up and stick it in your pocket for that rainy day. Thanks very much, William. That's lovely. Okay, Alicia, come on. Take it away. Unmute yourself.
Hello, Greg. You all right?
Yeah,
Hi,
not
everyone.
too bad, love.
Yeah, you asked me last week what was my story, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, love.
Well, I come prepared today. I've got a very, very valid reason for joining Onpassive. Right. In normal circumstances, before COVID, I worked in a factory in Merseyside for a while. It's a manual, really hard job. I love it though. It gives me fulfillment in earning a living, supporting my family. But being a single parent as well is just as hard a job. So with I have to adapt being a single parent. Everything that's thrown at you, you seem to take it on board and you just do it. You don't mess around, you do it. And with that, when COVID hit, I thought I need to adapt to go online because I didn't know what was going to happen with Fairlow, and all of us never had a clue, did we? So that's where I looked online and saw that the platforms I could use for my online shop, and I put it online using the stuff that I bought from charity shops. And this stuff is absolutely brilliant stuff. It's not rubbish. It's really good. And I've really got sales. And at the same time, a founder, he gave me the insight of Onpassive. And when I looked into it and I did research, I could see clear as day that where I could quite easily fit into a company like this and use everything around me to my own advantage, not for self reasons or self-preservation, but just for our future generations, my grandson, my kids, and my business. And I think that if we can all support each other, we can probably get a bit further than where we've been before. And I just want to say thank you again. Like, you lot are such an inspiration. You give me so many ideas on what to do with new sharing, and I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Alicia, thank you very much. Take a bow. Now, let me tell you about Alicia, right? She is so nervous about coming on here and doing this tonight. She's been texting me going, is this all right, Red? Can I do this? Am I allowed to say this? Right, fantastic. Do you know
She's
something?
done brilliantly.
Right? Absolutely brilliant. And, you know, it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot to come out of your shell and actually step up and come on a camera in front of all these people and give your story. But your story is not unique by any means. Go and have a drink. Look,
no.
I am.
Oh, I'm going to do now. I'm definitely.
Do you know something? Keep doing what you're doing, love. You know, you are going to be an inspiration for so many people. And I'll tell you why you will be, is because you resonate with so many people. And especially being a single parent nowadays, there is lots of people who are in exactly your situation, and you are going to be an inspiration to all those people. I applaud you. Well done for coming on, Alicia. Exactly what we are looking for here on Red UK and Ireland Fireside Chat. Next up, then, we have got Cedric Flowers, and after that, we got Mushfek. So, Cedric, take it away, mate, please.
Right. Good afternoon, or as my Caribbean family always say, good night. Love to be here. It's always a pleasure to be on Hollywood Squares. But I have to say that I was at Papua New Guinea last night, and that, I mean, if no one get anything out of that, out of Papua New Guinea webinar, I have to say, like Marty always say, you gotta get a shovel. I mean, oh bless. I mean, it was so emotional last night that oh bless and Onpassive by itself is alone, to me, needs a Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, it's touching so many lives. Onpassive, to me, it's creating a world peace right before our eyes and living souls. You know, it's, I don't know. I feel so. I have so much feelings inside of me. You know, I'm learning so much with people just by being with Onpassive than no school ever taught. You know, just I mean, look at this. I keep saying this. Martin Luther King will love this. You know,
yeah.
He would love this because this is what he was talking about. You know, I mean, we all get along and everything. We joke and laugh. I don't know where my buddy Chris at, but I know he probably tired because he do a lot. You know, and it's a pleasure to be here. You know, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, man, keep it going, Cedric.
Oh,
I'm in awe.
okay. I don't want to be babbling, but I know what I'm feeling. I'm happy, and it's a joy to be here. I want to thank Ash. I'm gonna be thanking that man forever. You know, to my last breath. Because, you know, no offense to Allstate and all these insurance companies, Onpassive is the best insurance policy you can have, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I can leave a legacy. You know, I don't have no kids to first, but I got nephews and I got family. You know, so after I'm long gone and it's all written, they can say, you know, because no one in my family would know about this if it wasn't for me. But then again, I gotta thank Ash to, you know, create this and to give it to me, because I ain't never tell no one, but you know, I was in a car accident like 2008. I'm lucky to even be here. You know, I got hit by a car, and it's just a blessing to be here. But I thank everyone for being here. It's a pleasure on knowing everyone, and we're gonna do some great things together. I mean, with along with Oh Bless and everything else. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm in it to win it. Philly always in the house.
Cheers, Cedric. Do you know something, mate? You are absolutely everywhere, and I applaud you as well. He did his first live this week, and it was. Why haven't you done them before, mate? Because it was amazing. You know, get out of your comfort zone. Look at you now. You're everywhere. You're in there. Fantastic, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I had help from everyone here, especially Marty. You know, and I just had help. You know, and then Julie and Milo, that really kicked it off. you know, and I was feeling a lot because, like Marty said, he's seeing me, you know, lifting up in the middle, you know, in front of my seat. You know, he wanted to say something, but I was just, you know, I just held back, you know. But I said, no,
Yeah,
let me go in and do this because you only live once, and I gotta let everybody know how I feel, you know. So I'm glad I came out, and I thank you, Marty. You know, still praying for your grandson. Hope everything's good, and God bless everyone, man.
Cheers, Cedric. Okay, we got a quick question actually from Carol. Carol's saying, are we still going to have these meetings after hard lunch? You're absolutely damn right we're going to, Carol. How can we not have these types of meetings, these get-togethers? Isn't this what Onpassive is all about? It's all about community. It's all about friendship. It's all about having this really, really tight-knit community of people together, of like-mindedness. We've got to do it. You know, even if the company don't do it, us individually here, damn right. Because as you can see, we are on Red's nearly famous fireside chat. We've got to up it a little bit to get to famous. So we've got to keep having them. So we can be famous on the fireside chat. So there you go. Anyway, we've got a bit of a running order here as well. If you're coming on to participants onto the panel, you want to speak, you need to raise that hand again so I can put you into a running order. Paul Angus, just open your microphone. Did you want to go in order because your hand is down?
Yes, I would love to, Red.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put you after. Right. So the running order then we got is Mushfiq is next, then Maddie, and then Paul Angus. And anybody else, get that hands raised, and I will stick you on the running order. So Mushfiq, just unmute yourself, please. And I really hope I've said that correctly.
Hello, everybody. It's Mushfiq here from Bangladesh.
Oh man, I got it right as well. Fantastic. Get in.
I'm sorry that I can't speak English better because it's not my mother tongue. I'm from Bangladesh. I've joined Onpassive. I want to do something from Oblaze. Okay, I want to do something for my society. I want to actually, thanks to Ash, to take the step to change the total society of our earth. Okay, so the main thing is that Oblaze. Okay, what we should have to do by Oblaze. Okay, uh, can you people give me some advices like we can make some old homes, we can make uh, uh, some educational institute by old academy, online educational institute, because I don't want to see the poor people are begging, poor children are begging on the street over here in Bangladesh. I've seen. So it's very pathetic to grab it, you know. So it is very pathetic, I can say. It is very much pathetic. You know, my dad, he's also the founder, Onpassive founder. Okay, I made him a founder just because he just also thinking like me, and he just said to me, I learned from him that you have to do something for the human. Okay, you have born for human being to make the human being uh, upper and upper. You don't get them down. Just keep the society equal. That's the main issue over here. And for myself, I want to say that I'm a poor guy from the poorest country of this world, of Bangladesh. So I would do it for myself as well. Uh, Basically, I'm a medical transcriptionist of CT scan, MRI, and X-ray. So I want to do something for the patients as well. in my hospital, with the diagnostic centers, when I see the COVID patients in this pandemic situation, I feel really bad from my side. When the old people, very old people, over 70 years of age, they came here um, to make a CT scan of chest to exclude his COVID-19 infection. I feel really sorry that nobody else is with him. It's just alone over there. What we should do for them? Would you please, guys, give some advice to me? I want to learn. I want to learn a lot of things. I'm not an educated person, and I can English. I can speak in English better because Bangla is my mother language. From that. Thank you very much, and thank you. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk over here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mushfaq. I have to say, you put us all to shame, mate, to be absolutely honest. You know, what you're doing in Bangladesh, where you're working and what you're doing for your fellow human beings is admirable. What you want to do for all these people is, for a person of your age, is more admirable than most of us anyway. And we do not have to give you any advice on what you want to do, because you already know, my friend, you already know what you want to do. You've got the vehicle here now with Onpassive. Please do not make excuses for not being able to speak English. I know one thing, you can speak far more English than I can speak Bangladeshi, that's for sure, my friend. So please never, ever apologize. You're on here, you've told a very, very nice, good story from the heart. Onpassive is going to be your vehicle, you know, and you will do some great things. What you should do with Obless is whatever any of the projects that are going on in Bangladesh that you feel that you want to help, okay, that this is your chance to put it onto Obless as a crowdfund or whatever it may be. And I'm sure internally the rest of us founders here would give freely to help the people that you are mentioning here. So when it all launches live, then you get yourself on there and we will all be going over there and helping you fulfill your dreams to help these people. I applaud you, my friend.
Thank you
very much for coming on here. That's excellent. You're welcome, mate. Please stick around to listen to everyone else. That'd be fantastic. Okay, then. So next up, we got Maddie and then Paul Angus. So Maddie, unmute yourself, please, if you can do.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Good. I'm not with my headsets tonight, so I'm hoping the sound's good.
Yeah, it is. It's fine, Maddie.
Well, most of you on here know me or of me, and I am here to represent the elderlies, the people that would love to be retiring but can't. I have just reached retirement age this month, and looking at what my pension is going to be, it's a sad affair. It really is. I do not know how any government can think of anybody retiring on what they give you as a basic pension. It really is pathetic. And for me, Onpassive is what is going to provide me for my pension for retiring, but also to get my family out of debt and help as many friends and family as I can to have a better life. It's been a long journey waiting to get this launched, but the more I hear about it, the more I get into the webinars, the more I get online. There is so much stuff out there. I can never, ever catch up with everything. Unfortunately, my job as a carer, much like Moshfaq, I have been helping a lot of elderly people in being able to live at home, to do their own thing, help them with everything that they might need. And at the moment, I am involved with a new client who is so depressed and has such high anxiety. It is actually scary to see how a person's mind can quickly go downhill. And with Onpassive, we can all get that out the way, because we actually need, from what I've seen in the last few weeks, my grandson and my granddaughter here in the UK are also suffering with high anxiety, all sorts of things, and there is hardly anything available for these youngsters to get the help that they need. My daughter is facing a wall trying to find ways to help these kids because there is nothing available. And I'm just thinking, this is where we need to come in. We need to devise places, facilities, online help, offline help. I want to develop, I don't know if you're aware, in South Africa, I don't know about anywhere else, but in South Africa, they have a lot of these secured sort of homesteads, you know, where there's lots of houses and whatnot, all in one big secure area. And most of these secured villages have a section set aside for the elderlies, and they have an on-house, on the spot nurse available 24/7. They have doctors from the community that calls in regularly. They have dentists coming in. They have physios. They have everything that one could need. And this is where my heart is. This is where I want to go with Onpassive. This is where I want to go back home, to retire in South Africa, to be there for my mom who's 80 and is getting needy. And I want to help develop more and more of these facilities for all and sundry. But I also want to do something similar for anybody who needs any kind of medical help, health issues, that kind of thing. We really need to get this at the door. It's really pathetic to see the little help available, especially in a country like the UK. That to me was it pains me to even think about how we haven't got more facilities for things like that. So that's my story. That's where I want to go. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Madeline. You're absolutely right. My grandson, who's 7, has had the same problems probably as your grandkids have with anxiety. He's back at school now, but it's taken a couple of weeks for him to sort of get back into the confidence mode that he had before. You know, and it is, as you well say, you know, the mental scars that are going to come from this lockdown are going to be massive, to be honest. And it's not from an age bracket at all. It's from the whole spectrum of everybody, you know, and I don't think we're going to see the full fallout from this for a long, you know, until 2 years down the line, to be honest. And what you said is admirable. And you know something, you are the epitome of what a founder in Onpassive is. And I know you've been in for as long as I have. You know, we are waiting patiently, and I would still wait. Obviously, I want it to happen quicker than, you know, sooner than later. But I am looking forward to the future of what we can do for society in general. You know, whatever your passion is available with Onpassive. Anyway, thank you very much, Maddie. Okay, so next up we got Paul Angerson. Oh, look out, it's the wife. She's coming on afterwards. So Paul Angus, take it away.
Yeah, hi, Red. Listen, I've got a job to follow these guys that have been on before me, let alone following Jane as well. So I'm glad I slipped in before Jane came on board.
That one, didn't you?
Yeah. What an evening. But I think these firesides are great because we don't get to talk like this when we have our opportunity evenings and meetings. But just flicking through the list, Maddie, you know, with the challenges that she's talking about, all these challenges generally are resolved with funding. And there's no funding from the government, but now there's funding from us in Onpassive. And in reality, all of us, with the hearts that we've all got, we know that, you know, we've got more income than we can possibly spend. It's just the way it is. So we were quite happy to donate ourselves anyway. And then along comes Oh Bless, you know, thinking, hang on, that's our job. We're going to donate. We're going to help these things out. And Oh Bless comes and says, no, you can do a little bit, but we're going to do it in a big way. So a lot of these issues are going to be resolved. Going back to, I've got something. Moshfaq there. You know, hi Moshfaq, good to see you, man. Now, you said something, and I'm hoping you said something by mistake. You said, I'm not an educated man. I don't want to hear you say that again. You
Yeah,
are
exactly.
you are an educated man because you're here. You've joined. You're in it. It takes a smart cookie to say, I understand what they're doing. Everyone else is going, oh, that never worked. You know, I can't see it. Well, you saw it, my friend, and you're in. That's a good thing. And I think you're probably no different than me. In life over the years, if I make a decision to do something, nothing's going to change that decision. So next year, Red and myself and a few other people, we're coming over to the Hyderabad offices. I'm taking Paddy McGuigan with me because I want a Guinness drinking partner. So Paddy's going to come with me as well, and Tucker Davison. But there's a whole bunch of us going to come over to the Hyderabad offices to see the offices. So when we're there, we're looking forward to seeing you there. And perhaps you can take us around and show us what you've done with Oh Bless, because there's some good things to do that. I think before you was Alicia, is that right, Red? Was Alicia there?
Yeah,
Was it
there.
Alicia? Yeah, that's it. Well,
Yeah.
Alicia, great. Really good to see you. And congratulations on coming on and talking like that. But this is why things work. You get somebody like Alicia, and it's with all that confidence, and already the pennies dropped with you, I can see. And you know this is going to work. And it's a lot like walking up to a dog. If a dog knows you're frightened, it's going to bite you. If a dog knows you're not frightened, it'll wag its tail. And Alicia, the dog's wagging its tail because you're not frightened about anything to do with Onpassive because the pennies dropped firmly. I've got a couple of old friends on the last few days. And one of those is Kelly Wright. And she's not had a brilliant year like a lot of us. But she's a good leader, and she's just come on board. She's a single mum as well from Salford. And people like you and her are just going to take this business by storm. And then there's William that started this. William, if you're listening to me, you're looking real dapper this weekend, sir. You must have put your Sunday best on. But I remember you just a few short weeks ago, and you couldn't speak very well because you were quite ill, and it was affecting you. Look at you today, coming in, listening to these stories and things like that, and listening to the people that are now part of your business and part of your family, because that's what we are. And Mike Ellis does amazing things. Now, some people that know me know that I've been on the platform, you know, the stage, whatever, doing opportunity meetings several hundred times over the last 35 years. But when I come into Onpassive, I needed to find somebody to cling on to say, I need to learn what's going on. I may be experienced back there, but I'm not experienced in here. And the first person I latched onto was Mike Ellis. I just think he's absolutely brilliant. Love you to bits, Mike, because when you listen to him, he's got this nice, calm, but authoritative voice. And you just know he's telling the truth. And that's what you need in a business. So for the new people listening to this today, there's lots of people now making videos for Onpassive. Find somebody you like. Find somebody you say, well, I like their voice. I mean, Cedric, he's got the voice, doesn't he? You know, when Cedric starts doing what Mike Ellis does, you know, it's like story time, isn't it? It's just amazing. So my advice is find someone, but there's millions of videos on YouTube, millions of people now in Onpassive. Find someone that you like and just keep following them. Write yourself a little opportunity message that you're going to send to your friends and family and people you want in this. Attach that to those videos that you like, and you'll get all the people you want. And the next minute, there'll be someone else that's going to be using your video because you're the person they like. So it's as simple as that. When someone comes on new with me, they go, I'm not quite sure what to do first. That's always my recommendation. Make a list of the people that you want to get in, all your friends and family. And what I did was I told my friends I didn't need them in. You know, I didn't need to build an organization. The company's going to do that for me. And they come on board because I wanted them in because they want to be safe. So that's just my little tip for this week, if it is a tip. Just do that, but soak it up and try and come on board. And tomorrow night we've got the UK and Ireland flyer meeting. I've got my flyers. Look at that. We've got these new flyers made up. I've got 5.
Can I just, Paul? Can I just have a look at the back of that a minute, mate? Oh yeah, I'll look at that. Trim URL. Paddy, have you seen this? Have you seen that, Paddy?
Yeah, that's great. Paddy ordered suppliers and he didn't have a link in it. You know, he did the wrong one, but I've got one with a link in it. But I use these little business cards. But this is the easiest little thing to get off the ground. But you just got to find a way to speak to people. And another way to speak to people is the pandemic. You know, we've had a whole year of it plus now, thinking, oh, is this going to get any better? But I tell you, the best thing I liked about the pandemic was the furlough. I love being at home. I thought I was going to be off 3 to 6 weeks. I was off 2.5 months. I was loving it because it reminded me of what we're going to be like in the future, working from home again. So that's another way you can actually have a conversation with someone and say, did you ever get furloughed? Yeah, I did. Did you like it? Loved it. Listen, I've got a simple part-time business. You can get started for less than $100 and it'll give you the lifestyle of being furloughed, but with lots of money to go with it. Does that sound like a good idea? Nod your head. They go, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. That's me done for this week. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate loving this fireside tonight. Looking forward to the next speakers. Cheers.
Cheers, Paul, and thanks very much for bringing the flyers on. These flyers have been designed by the whole of the UK and Ireland leadership team, and these are available for anybody who's in our team, guys. If you want to get your hands on these, speak to any of us, and we'll point you in the right direction of how to get your hands on them. Anyway,
unless they're mine.
unless they're Paddy's, and actually anybody can have them because there's no link for them. So we've got a bit of a running order going there. Remember, guys, if you're in the panelists here, keep your microphone muted if you would do. And also, I have to have that hand raised once again, please, so that I know you want to speak. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. But as far as telepathy is concerned, I'm not that good at the moment. So next up is the wife. After that, we got Lynn Muscroft. And Diane said she would speak as well. So Diane, Lynn, you're after that, I'm afraid. So Mrs. Redfern, take it away.
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Hi. Hi, everyone. Hello. I wasn't going to come on tonight. We've actually got customers, shock horror. So I was going to babysit the customers while Red does his thing. And I was going to say to Alicia, it gets a little bit easier, but this is I'm going to be honest now and say this is the first time I've done this without a drink. So I'm not quite sure what that means. So there's only one speaker in our house and we all know that is really, don't we? So I just want to touch on, oh bless. I mean, what was that about? I mean, it was awesome, wasn't it? I mean, Ash, to me, he's like, I don't know, he's like this genius. And I'm so glad he's never going to ask to speak to me. And I'm so glad because I think I'd be speechless. And I know Red finds that hard to believe. And some of you Marty might find that hard to believe, but I would be speechless. I just wouldn't know what to say to the guy because I just hold him right up there, you know. And he was talking about, oh, bless. And he was talking about, like, for instance, he had this great idea that when you go to withdraw money, there might be this button that you can just press. And perhaps you could just press it for $1. Let's just say $1. If 500,000 people went to withdraw money and pressed $1, right, that's $500,000 a day going to good causes. And that is just, the potential of that is ridiculous. And, you know, to me, it's small charities, big charities, doorstep charities. I mean, let me tell you about my daughter, right? She works for a coffee company in the UK and a chain, not a big chain. I'm not talking the big chains here. I'm talking about a small coffee company. And they have a really good ethos of like using local coffee and trying helping out all the time. And one of her tasks was before Christmas was to go to a local school and find 8 families that were, let's say, hard up, let's say on the breadline, and their company wanted to send some gifts to the 8 families that so they could have something for Christmas. I mean, we weren't talking big presents here. We're not talking iPads. We're talking normal presents, you know, to give these kids who got nothing, who are literally on the breadline. And so she was tasked with going to find, she had a nominal amount, £30 per child, say, to go and find a present, to hand them a present. And she did it all. And when she came, she went and handed the presents over. And when she came back, she was in tears. And I was like, why are you crying? It's such a good thing. And she was like, Mum, 8 families, 8. That's all we could do. She said, Mum, there were 188. there were there was thousands, there's so many children who get nothing, and she's from Bristol, and Bristol's can be quite affluent in areas, but there's also another side of Bristol. And she was like, we couldn't help them, mum, and she was so upset by this. But can you imagine like being able to help so many more, and adding to that list? And I made a promise to her. I said, when Onpassive gets going, we'll do that. We will make sure these kids, and they were so grateful for the simplest toys, when some kids are like langing around with iPads and stuff. And, and it was so lovely. And do you know what? I mean, like, what a great Ash, Ash, I mean, I'm not going to talk forever because I've got customers, I told you this, right? And you know what? Ash is really smart. Everything he does is really strategic, isn't it? He talked to us about Oh Bless, and that was almost like saying to everyone, before I throw any money at you, I'm going to tell you the ethos of this company and what we expect you, or what we want you to do with some of that money. So imagine giving you 100 quid, and then when you're running out the door with your money going, oh, by the way, we would really like you to help those that are in a less fortunate position. It would never happen, would it? So actually, I think what he did was really clever. He sort of said, he's introduced Oh Bless, he's sort of laid out on the table what the company and what his ethos is. And I think it was really smart. And I think he's a genius. And let me tell you, Ash is the genie and there's us, and that makes genius. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. Okay. And I'm going to pass you on to the next person. And it's lovely. So nice to see everyone. Lovely Cedric Flowers with his soothing tones. Voice for radio, mate. Honest, lovely. And so nice to see everybody again. And if I disappear, it's only literally because we've got customers, and that's not bad. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Well done, the wife. Again, with little snippets. Fantastic.
Well, I don't know why you bother coming on here, really.
No, do you know, so Paddy, I think I'm just the warm-up, to be absolutely honest, mate. I just think I'm the warm-up for Jane. She's really taking the show. I know. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Jesus, you're absolutely right, Paddy. Oh, God. Anyway, right, let's move on. Next up, we got Lynn Muscroft and then Diane Linham. Anybody else who wants to come on, please raise your hand so I can put you in order. Otherwise, all the people here that are on this panelist here now who haven't got their hand up to talk, I'll be picking on one of you. So, Lynn, take it away, please.
Hi, everybody. Fancy putting me on. Hi. Fancy putting me on straight after Jane. I mean,
I know, right?
I can't beat that. No, I just wanted to say a few little things. Oh Bless for me sort of made it clear that a little story. If we go back to the Industrial Revolution, just a few hundred years, that's all it took. From being sort of, I don't know, maybe we were peasants or whatever, but we really sort of got the ball rolling. We made ourselves the societies that we were today. Being a baby boomer, we had everything. We expected to have everything. We had security, we had jobs, we had whatever we wanted, albeit a small sort of thing, on a lower scale, we had it. But I think what's happened is just through our sort of mid-years, the technological age sort of arrived. Our kids, then everything just got blown out of the water. I know it's a learning curve, and I know in about 100 years' time it'll be whatever, everybody's on the same level. But I really do think that Oh Bless is going to go a long way to sort of filling in that shortfall that we've got between, we had job security, suddenly over the 10 years our children didn't have, and I think that goes throughout the world really. And now on Oh Bless will actually take the divide between millionaires, because obviously a lot of people made a lot of money on the internet, whether it was sort of unscrupulous or not, but they all made an awful lot of money, and that left an awful lot more people without. And I think this will redress the balance. It's just, for me, it's perfect. I'm not saying that, I will help every cause, because I don't think we will all be able to. I haven't got any one particular cause, but I do believe in that, you know, the platform that's up there, a little bit here, a little bit there, let's even the playing field. That's what I think, for me, that's what I think Oh Bless is all about. So that's brilliant. So that's really what I wanted to say on that score. But I have got a little story that if I could share with you. Some people were struggling. I'm kind of quite a visual person, and I visualize a lot of things. And some people actually struggle to work out what Onpassive actually is. So if you don't mind, I've got this that I've written down. I'm not a storyteller, but I'll tell you what I've written down. So I wanted them to understand the difference between an MLM and a founder's position. And I actually wanted them to understand as well about there's a lot of information about products and Onpassive and what actually Onpassive is, etc., etc. So I actually wrote this down. So this is about the actual founder's position as regards totally not being an MLM. So I thought, if you think about it being spread over a honeycomb, like honey being spread over a honeycomb on a flat surface. So each hole in the honeycomb is a founder's position, each sitting on the same level. The artificial intelligence then spreads the honey over the honeycomb equally, filling up all of the holes. The wallets will all eventually fill up. So keep this vision in mind for a minute. So when all the founders join, they're date stamped. So my vision of what's going on there is that the artificial intelligence takes each little tiny piece of honeycomb and places it to the next piece. So we've got a great big piece of honeycomb on a flat surface. So the honeycomb then obviously grows. Excuse me. The AI then spreads the honey, but it's got to be like spreading honey on a piece of toast. You go from the one end until it reaches the other end of the toast or the honeycomb with a great big knife. But you know what happens when you spread it is that you run out of honey, right? So it gets a little bit thinner. So you may have to take that knife and dip it back into the honey pot, which is exactly what the AI is doing. It's going out there and it's looking for sales. So that's why the date stamp's important. And you're positioned under more honey than the one that you would be if you're further along the honeycomb. You just got to wait a little bit. The knife's coming back and it'll be dipped in the honey and away you go. So that's why Ash, I think, to me, says that it may take a month or two to fill up, as no one can predict the future, right? It'll be hard launch, we'll be out there selling it, but it may well take a while for the world to catch on to Onpassive. We're there, but as I pointed out a few weeks ago, with only the size of Manchester yet, there's a big old wide world out there, so nobody's missed the boat. So you can help yourself in your own honeycomb by just attaching 3 other little honeycomb pieces to you. So your 3 people that's under you, that will help you fill up your hole quicker. And hence that's all that I can't speak, the 3 and it's 3 means. So after that, the honey should just ooze out and overflow, and you've actually got another pot then created for you, and that's obviously your profit, your overflowing honey. I've just put underneath that then, that's the honey money, baby. That's me done for now. I've got another story, but if you think about it, very good. It cannot be MLM, can it? So that's me, everybody. I think I've spoken enough. I'll tell you another story next week.
Lynn, that's fantastic. Paddy, just mute yourself a minute, mate, so getting a lot of background music.
Sorry.
I have to say now, I've got this vision of a honeycomb with this great big knife going across it all the way to the end, dipping it back in and across and all the way to the end. And then at the end of it, you've got your little pot that's filling up with honey that you can go and give to someone else. What a great analogy, Lynn. That is absolutely superb.
And just on the point of that, MLM, if you pick the if you pick the honeycombs up and it all dribbles out, there's lots of honey in some of them and not in most of them.
Ah, yes. Very clever. Very clever. Come back next week, Lynn, with another analogy of what Onpassive is all about. Whilst Lynn's on here, I'd just like to personally thank you for spending the time, by the way, of writing up all of the questions, the 2 Q&As, company Q&As that we did. The 2 company Q&As that we did, Lynn very kindly offered to write up the Q&As in the description. So when you guys are out there sharing our company Q&A with us, and you're looking in the description of all of the Q&As, this woman here wrote it up for us. Thank you very much, Lynn, for doing that. And this is what it's all about. We are in it together, guys. We are not individual. We are a team of people. Thanks very much, Lynn. You're an absolute diamond. Okay, so next up we got Diane, and then after that we got David Switzer and my mate Key. Diane, if you want to unmute yourself, please.
Oh, hi, Red. Hey, Red, you're actually mistaken. I was only going to put my hand up for Lynn because she couldn't find her hand. But now that
well, you're on now, aren't you?
I know, exactly. Great analogy, Lynn. That was awesome. I just wanted to tell you I had a beautiful day yesterday with my grandkids. Of course, they live a few hours away, so we don't see them very often. And we just did an outdoor barbecue, and it was just wonderful. I was having a little bit of FOMO because I knew I was missing out on the Julie and Milo chat, but that's okay. I'll everybody will fill me in on our little chats and stuff. But with my grandkids, it's so nice that I know their future's just going to be that much brighter. I mean, they're all doing fine. I have a brand new granddaughter from January, and then a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and it's just blows my mind at what I know they're going to be able to do and what they're going to be able to have. My grandson's parents, they're looking at selling their home and upgrading. They live in a tiny little house, and they just have their new second baby, and they want to upgrade. But, financially, they're not going to, be able to do exactly what they want. So I'm hoping they'll hold off for a little while. They don't know they're involved in Onpassive. So that's why I'm hoping that they're going to hold off a little so that we can help them get a little bigger house than they're thinking they can get. But yeah, it's just amazing the stuff that we know we're going to be able to do. I also have a founder position just for charities, so I can't wait to do that. My grandmother worked at Burnaby General Hospital for probably most of her life. She's been gone for many years, but they're needing an upgrade. The hospital's quite old, so that's going to be one of my big things that I want to help out with. But yeah, anyway, good to see you guys, and thanks, Marty, for not interrupting. He's not even there. I think he had to go away so he wouldn't interrupt.
I thought about it and I just did, so there you go.
Love you. Okay,
Diane, I've actually got a question for you, Diane.
Yes.
Where's the husband? Where is he?
Come on, honey. Hang on.
Where is he?
He's always listening.
I'm right here.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm just on the sidelines listening to all you guys and all your great stories.
It is now. You're like me and Jane. You've got to come on, because Diane can't come on to this fireside chat ever again without you by her side.
Oh,
it's the law now.
He'll tell his little story one of these days.
Yeah, I hope he does, because it really is important for the partners of us lunatics to tell their stories of why we saw this vision a long time ago, and we all did, to be honest. The ones who have been here for, and it's great to see that our partners on side and by our sides now, because 2 is definitely stronger than 1. That is for sure. Thanks very much, Diane. Lovely to see you on here as well. Sorry I dragged you on, by the way. Hope you don't mind. Marty, you look like you want to say something.
I was just going to tell Babyface Grandma that I will not interrupt Babyface Granddaddy if he comes on. That's the least I can do.
That's very good.
I can't guarantee that, Red, because I do.
Well, yeah, I know.
Have a big mouth, yeah. So.
Sometimes you just can't help yourself. It's got to be done, isn't it? I mean, it's just the way it is.
Like a teapot, I'm ready to explode sometimes. Can't help myself.
Fantastic. Okay, next up then we got David Switzer my mate Key, and after that we got the lovely Sherry. Take it away, David.
Okay, everybody hear me? Hear me?
We can, my friend.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Hey, I'm not gonna talk a lot here, but I went to that webinar last night, and that was a really, really good webinar. And it's amazing. Those people got big hearts over there and everything, and you put tears in your eyes. And I tell you what, that was a fantastic webinar last night. And oh, Bless is going to do a lot of good things for a lot of countries, and it's going to help a lot of people out. And I'm really happy that we have this program now. So, you know, and sometimes I get feeling down sometimes, and you guys all make me feel good being here, and it kind of makes me feel better. So I want to thank you for all that. You guys are part of my family, and I love you all. So thank you a whole bunch.
Cheers, David. Thanks very much. Okay, guys, we're into our last hour, so we've got one more hour left until we hand it over to the Spanish contingent. Next up, then we've got my mate Key, and then we got Sherry, and then Richard Moore after that. Key, take it away, my friend.
Hey, thanks, Fred. Can you hear me okay?
We can, my friend. Yeah.
Hey, guys. Happy Palm Sunday, everybody.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's Palm Sunday. I'm on a Sunday cruise. I decided to take a ride today and drive about an hour and a half from my home. And I'm kind of got the camera pointed out the window so you can kind of see some of these homes I'm going by. But I'm in the Emerald Isle area on the coast of North Carolina. So, Red, the Atlantic Ocean is quite angry today, but you're just across the
Drive
pond
safely,
right there
please.
from. Excuse me?
No, keep going, Keith.
Drive safely.
Yeah, drive safely.
Yeah, I'm as an NC State player said, I'm amphibious. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway, we had some storms roll through last night in North Carolina, and for those interested in where I live, if you look up a military base called Seymour Johnson, we had some funnel clouds and some tornadoes, and it was a big roar. Had some hail at the house, and I just wanted to drive down to the coast today and see if there's any damage. And we got another squall line coming across the state tonight. But I listened to the Fireside chat last night with David and his crowd. Amazing, heartfelt. But yeah, I'm just dreaming today. I'm down here riding around looking at some homes and may end up with a vacation home down here. This is a vacation area on our east coast of North Carolina. And spent a lot of time down here in my younger years, just having fun. But I want to share some USA trivia with everybody today. I'm not going to give you the answer. Some of our sayings that, I've picked up on a few sayings from you guys in the UK. I actually had to go look what a stone was. Now I got another one, Jane. Thanks. I don't know what a quib is. But does anybody know what jerk water USA means? Jerk water. It does deal with the Industrial Revolution here in the United States, and it does deal with trains. So when trains first were developed in our country, which developed east to the west, and the pioneers, when a train would come into a small town, actually, when a train needed, what did it run off of? It ran off of coal and steam. Well, you have to have two things for that. You have to have coal and you got to have water. So anywhere there was availability for them to collect water, they would build water towers, and that's where the train stopped. So what happens when trains started stopping going across the United States in the early, 1800s, was it? Well, towns would develop because people would have needs, food, bathroom, whatever. So that's where the towns developed. So they were small little towns. So if you ever come to the United States and you travel across and anybody refers to a little town as Jerkwater, USA, it's a small town.
No way.
Actually, does everybody remember the movie Rambo?
Yeah, the original.
Fasten your seatbelt first. Fasten your seatbelt first.
The original. I don't believe in seatbelt. Thank you. The original Rambo movie, the colonel tells the sheriff that, thanks for killing a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. It'll look great on his grave, killed in Jerkwater, USA. So that's where that came from, guys. I'm out. I just wanted to share that with you. Happy Palm Sunday, everybody. Be safe.
Cheers, Key. Thanks very much. Always great to hear from you, my friend. Yeah, you drive safely, and I'll speak to you later.
Thank you,
okay, next up, then we've got the lovely Sherry. Sherry, unmute yourself. Take it away.
Yes, can you hear me?
We can.
Well, that's good because I can't see.
No, we can hear you. That's fine. And I can see you.
I can see you now. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to jump on here. I am just love these fireside chats. Thanks for having them. Thanks for all that who have helped on any way, whether it be this message or whatever it may be. I want to thank everybody out there for that. And your wife, thank goodness she came on and shared her little story there, because it kind of did a little trigger for me. So I hope I don't cry. So when I was growing up, we didn't, my parents got divorced when I was 3, and we didn't have any money when I was with I rarely lived with my mom, rarely lived with my dad. So when the times that I did live with my mom, we were able to, the church actually would give us the boxes of food at Christmas, and it had one toy in there, and there was me and my brother. And so he ended up breaking the toy, the only toy there was in there. And we used to even fight over a one piece of bread that we had left. So that's just a little bit tidbit about that. So my heart does go out for people who don't have food. And I did struggle again later in life with that same scenario. So with Oh Bless, this is just going to be phenomenal. And I also have something that I'm going to do with I don't know how to go about it, but maybe Key can kind of help me or something. So many people die from, it's called septic. It's blood. Yeah. A lot of people know about what that is. And so I want to get to the bottom of that. I do know that when they were starting to cut back in hospitals and stuff, I think that kind of set into where there was less help on moving the patients, moving them, flipping them over and checking them and keeping them dry and all that stuff. So that's one of my heart goes for that too. And then of course, brain, the brain to me is phenomenal. You can see on my board here, the brain thing, that's kind of a big thing for me. One, to keep my own brain active and fresh and that. And it's just intriguing part of the body to me. The brain is just throws me for a loop, because also real quick here, my daughter and her fiance at the time, he doesn't express his feelings usually really, and they were in a radical car accident. And she was okay. She only had broken ribs and a broken nose, and but him, it tossed him, because they rolled over several times, so it tossed him out of the car. And he was in a vegetative state, they were saying, he just recently passed about 8 months ago, but he was in that same vegetative state for like 12 years. And then, yeah, so I'm just a stickler about the brain, and then also about learning about the brain, and also about people getting their wills and their directed power of attorney done. So I'm excited for Oh Bless, and I am just amazed, like your wife, on how he rolled everything out, what our company is really about. So all I got to say is, if you are looking and you're sitting on the fence, this is more of a movement. If it's not for you, that's okay, because we are a movement. We're a positive movement. We're not going anywhere. We are a positive movement that also offers artificial intelligence to help so many people with their businesses or whatever they may be using or doing online. We are called the new internet. So all I can tell you is spend the $97 and get in, and then you can do all your research later. So back over to you. Thank you, everybody, for all that you do. And I am excited. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Lovely, Sherry. Do you know something? Oh my word, you are a firecracker. You really are. And I know you are going to do so much good in this world when you've got your hands on these apples. That's amazing. Thank you very much for telling us your story once again. Okay.
Hey, Red, can I chime in on a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. Get going, kid.
Hey, Cher, thanks for sharing that. Yeah. The most important thing you can do probably is build your immune system, everybody. Vitamin D3, zinc, vitamin C, eat healthy, don't eat a lot of processed foods. Marty and I both are working on our weight issues, and I'm working on that now. But the biggest thing you can do is strengthen your immune system, guys. That's it. Take care.
Cool. Thanks very much, Key. Okay, so next up we got Richard Moore. After that, I've got no hands up, guys, and you know what that means. If there's no hands up, one of you people on this panel right now, oh, there we go, is going to get picked on. But we got all of a sudden loads of people. So the running order is going to be Richard Moore, David Benbow, and Paul Angus. So Richard, take it away, please. Hello, Richard. Yeah, you go. Can't hear very well, Richard.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a bit crackly, but you're all right, I think.
Yeah, are you hearing me all right?
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, go for it, Richard.
You got net problem.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Richard, we'll come back to you. Look, just put your hand back up and we'll come back round to you. Okay, I'm sorry, but you got bad connection. So next up then, David Benbow, please.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, David.
Hey, hello. Nice to talk to you all. Yeah, you just you touched a nerve with me there, mentioning about building your immune system up. Yeah, it's dear to my heart, that is, and I know it will be with Paul as well, because basically speaking, I'm going to say this, I hope it doesn't upset anybody, basically speaking, that, you know, I wear my mask on the inside of myself. It's called my immune system. And, you know, it's quite, I wish people would wake up. It's quite upsetting, really, because what people are doing to themselves, with not doing this, because nobody is suffering for a deficiency of toxic chemicals, and you know, it's something that we need to sort of do for ourselves, because you know, nobody can do it for you, and we don't need the control, really. We just need the freedom. And it's going to be great when everything goes. That was absolutely fantastic what Ash is doing there. With the old bless, you know, I was so excited by it all, because it's something that's very, very dear to my heart, charity, etc., you know, because it's some people, you know, they can help themselves, but you know, other people can't. So if we can help them, it's absolutely fantastic. And it's you know, a thing that I'm getting a bit tongue-tied here, I think. So I'll pass it on to somebody else. I think I've had me 3 minutes. 3 minutes are allowed.
You can have as long as you like, mate.
Oh, right. Okay, Red. Yeah, well, that was a thing, actually, that was, I'm digressing about nutrition again, really, because I had a dear sister. She's not with us any longer. And she was, she suffered with schizophrenia, actually, and we had to go all together. My mother and his other sister. We had to go in front of I don't know whether I'm sure to be telling this, but it doesn't matter. Can I tell this tale or what?
I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say, mate. Give it a go.
All right, I'll tell the tale anyway. Anyway, we were sat in front of her doctors and all the specialists and all the rest of it, and etc. And the guy said to me, he said, "Oh, we're trying to stabilize her and all the rest of it." And I said, "Well, whatever crap," I said, "you're pumping into me, sister." I said, "Oh, I don't know where I'm going down it." I said, "I don't know whatever you're pumping into." I said, "But," I said, the body can heal itself with optimum nutrition on a daily basis. And he turned around to me, he said, you're getting adequate nutrition. And I said, I didn't say adequate, I said optimum. Anyway, he said, oh, well, you know, we're doing our best and all the rest of it. But anyway, well, that was the thing to do with building the immune system as well, because that touched a point with me. So I'll pass it on to whoever's waiting now. Nice talking to you all anyway. Take care. God bless you all. Bye.
Thank you very much, David. That's very kind of you to share with us as well. Okay, Richard, we'll have another go with you to see if your connection and microphone is any better. Richard, take it away. Can't hear you still, Richard, I'm afraid. Try again. No, sorry, Richard. You're going to have to mute yourself, unfortunately, because we can't hear. We'll try you again in a second. Okay, then. So the running order then we're going to have now. We're going to have Paul. Just unmute yourself, Paul Angus. Did you want to speak or not? You had your hand up for a second.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I actually missed out on 2 videos that I wanted to mention. Last night I watched one of the best videos that I've ever seen in Onpassive. It's a new show by Suzanne Devereaux and Sharon, which was Sharon Parkinson, and they literally are bringing people on who are in business and want to bring that business into Onpassive to do better. But I had a woman on called Shalimar Rain, and she was fascinating, this woman. She'd been in a lot of sort of health nutrition for years and years, and she just had a nice way of putting things over. And she said she hadn't been to the hospital for years, she hadn't been to doctors. The only time she'd been to the hospital was she broke her wrist, but she's generally very well. And what she offers is, if people actually send her an email, she does like a free consultation, although she lives in the States. But it was one of the most interesting videos I've watched, like an interview, like some of us have had this week, for a new show. And I just wanted to congratulate Suzanne and Sharon for doing that show. But if you haven't seen that video, it's really, really good. And for the new people that I mentioned earlier about locking onto somebody and getting a good video, one of my favorites that I still use, and I'm a year plus into this, is from that lovely man, Marty DeGarmo. Marty, I just latched onto Marty and Mike Ellis, but Marty's got this video and it's called What If? What If? And Marty just tells it just the best way. I've tried to do it and I can't do it like he does. So it's in my YouTube channel. I've copied it and put it in there. But if you go to Onpassive Nation and just look through there and get Marty's video, it's just called What If? It's not very long, but it really makes you think. And for a new person to get it out to someone, that's going to be, in my mind, one of the best. Okay, that's it, Red. Thanks ever so much.
All right. Thanks very much. Okay, running order. Here we go. Andy Bottrell, Victor Ogumbaladi, and back to Key Windle. Avrim, have you just want to come back in, Avrim? If you do, put your hand back up. Yes, here it is. Okay, so we'll all be Andy Bottrell, Victor Ogumbaladi, Key Windle, Avrim. Okay, Andy, unmute yourself, mate, please.
Hey up, Red and everybody.
How you doing, dude?
I'll just be quick. I want to tell you a story. Now, who said that? Who said that? Can you remember who used to say that? I can't remember his name now. You'll have to forgive me. Does it ring a bell? Go on, tell me.
It was Max Bygraves.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Well done, Red.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, so I've got this story. This goes back 20 years or more. And I still remember it to this day, obviously. And I'll try and tell it as best I can. And you might see the point what I'm getting at the end. If you don't, I'll make the point. But there was a guy who used to walk along a promenade, and he went past this certain bungalow that were like it had like a wooden front, like with a wooden porch type of thing with rails and all that. And there was an oldish guy that's smoked a pipe. That's something that you don't see much of now, is it? But and he used to have a dog. He had a dog who was laying on the wooden porch. anyway, when this guy walked by, he walked by day after day after day, and he noticed the dog was whining. And anyway, he never thought of it, anything of it. Anyway, this particular day, he said to the guy, he says, I hope you don't mind me asking you, chappie, but your dog, he says, it always seems to be whining. Is there something wrong with it? He says, no, not really. He says, well, why is it whining? He says, well, there's a protruding nail just coming out of the wood, and it's underneath the dog. And he says, that's why it's whining. And the guy says, oh, really? He says, well, why doesn't it move? And this is the critical point to people. He says, the reason it doesn't move is it's not quite hurting enough. And that is my point of what is actually, when you're going around, say, asking people to have a look at this opportunity, just try and bear that in mind. Thanks for letting me on, Red.
I'll tell you what, Andy, you've got me bloody mind going now, mate. You're absolutely true. People just aren't hurting enough to have a look at it, are they? They're hurting, but not enough. You're absolutely spot on, mate. Thanks very much, Andy, for coming on. I always love to hear from you. I really hope you can get golfing again shortly, mate. How many days? Tomorrow? Get in. Okay, I'm going to bring in Marty DeGarmo because he's got his hand on just to reply, I think, and then we're going to go to Victor. So, Marty.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I almost forgot how to unmute myself. Do you believe that? I'm looking at all the buttons. I didn't know what to do. A couple things. Paul, thanks for what you said about what if. I did that for that reason. I wanted to make something simple. People worry about what they can say. Don't say what you can't say. Say what you can. What if there was a company that did this, and this? Then it gets people to ask the question. I'll cover a couple things, like they were talking about what you eat and how you feel. I never believed that a lot at first, but when I got on keto, which I got under 30 grams a day of carbs, and I stopped eating processed food, it beat any pill or potion I've ever did. Absolutely blew me away. My mind was thinking quicker. I slept better. I breathed better, and I've got a lung problem. I mean, I was blown away, and I didn't realize. Then I really researched it because anything that has an impact on you, you want to find out why. And just if you really look at all the trash we eat, it just beats people apart, and eventually you can't fight it off, and it's called death. You die, or you get some kind of nasty disease. But anyway, I know it's weird coming from like a 380-pound guy, but anyway, I'm on the journey. Let's put it that way. The other thing I wanted to say, people, I listen to everybody's story. I go to hundreds of meetings, hundreds. And the part that really blows me away is all the little avenues that it affects everybody here. Everybody takes what impacts their life. And they say, wow, this is going to change this is going to change that. And I'm always trying to branch them all together because that's the power of Onpassive. But if you add AI to that, let's say somebody does come in because of O-Connect, for example. And that's what they wanted. They're a customer. They want O-Connect, and that's what they wanted, and they're happy with it. But because of AI has their name and their email and their IP address, now when they go surfing, you have a little robot hidden somewhere in the internet who's watching Marty DeGarmo surf, and it starts to learn what I like. What am I looking at? What do I think about? Why am I thinking about it? And what happens is when it hits something that happens to be a product in Onpassive, bing, that little ad comes up to them somewhere, sometime, perfect time, and says, hey, you might be interested in this. Not only it might be interested in this, it knows you are. And that's where this thing just keeps snowballing and snowballing and snowballing, because we all have different interests. But the reason Ash made it to where it blankets the earth and a full smorgasbord of whatever somebody might use, that's where the power comes in. And every time, the longer AI runs, the smarter it gets. And the smarter it gets, the bigger the team gets. The bigger the team gets, the more customers and blah, 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 blah. Had a long conversation with Red about customers and resellers. There's millions and millions of people out there that have passions of their own. And they might just want the marketing system, or they just might want the video or the page builder, and they got a passion of their own. They have no interest in being a reseller. And you know what? That's fantastic, because that's where the money's coming from. That's where the big money for all of us, or all the apples, are going to come from people grabbing something that they already use and getting a much better deal on it. So as soon as you think you know, and then Ash whips out something else, and then you start linking them together. He does everything strategically. I was talking to the brains of the Redfern family, Jane. Red had to go to the bathroom, so I said, "Oh, let me get in there. Let me talk to Jane real quick and find out what's really going on over there." But anyway, you find out. Well, I don't care if it's mental health. I don't care if it's charity. I don't care if it's building a web page, whatever. Just the whole gamut of online. Everybody's online. Onpassive is going to cover it. And if they don't cover it, Ash is going to figure out what he needs. If he needs another blanket, if he needs another spot, if he needs this, if he needs that. Listen to Paul Angus's webinar interview yesterday, because believe it or not, he is absolutely full of knowledge. Let me mute Richard. Absolutely full of knowledge from the old time to now. And he's right. I've met gurus along with Red that did very well 5 years ago, but things are changing every day. What worked then, yeah, some of it still works, but you also got to leverage what you do to get that one step ahead. And the difference between Paul in 1985 and now is Paul knows it. Paul's working the system and he's analyzing the change. What do I need to do different? And that's why Paul's going to do what Paul does. But I learned the same thing. 5 years ago, you're doing something, you say, okay, if I do this and this, it'll work. But it doesn't always work. And that's why gurus, because they have so much pride, they won't come into Onpassive. Not now. They'll come in after it's working. And they'll build teams, and it's great for us because for once, the three gents walking across the stage will be walking all across the stage, but they're in your team somewhere, which is going to be pretty nice. But think about that. You guys have the experience, and thank God you don't know too much. Because sometimes if you know too much, you think you know too much, and you won't learn anything. And this company is not the same as anything else. It runs nothing like anything else. And because if you come in open-minded, like Paul, who even has experience, you can change the world. And I said to Ash on the phone the other night, I said, look, you're a unique individual, no doubt about it. I thought you were the craziest person I ever met. But when I got to know him, I found out, yeah, he is crazy, but he's crazy good. But what did he do? He surrounded himself with everyday people, no gurus, because they wouldn't do it. God forbid, they're gonna come down to our level. But he knew that there was a group of people like us out there. He just had to find them. So what did he do? He sends out one guy. Now he's got 5. Now he's got 500,000. So just share it with the people that are like you, because they're there. Don't look for the guru. Don't look for the big hitter or whatever you want to call them, because they're not going to see it. They're not going to be humble enough to look at it. They'll be here, but for once, they're going to be under you instead of above you. So anyway, that's all I got. I know I was rambling on, but there's a lot to cover there. But you're in the best place in the world. Best place in the world.
Thanks very much, Marty. That was excellent. Okay, then next up, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never heard this guy talk before, clear the floors, take anything that might break off the shelf. Okay, take a deep breath and listen to my friend and fellow Leadership Council member on the UK and Ireland team, Victor Ogumbaladi. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are all over the world. I'm glad to be here this evening from London, UK. I'm overexcited. I'm over addicted. I'm just too, passionate about Onpassive. For those of you who don't know me, I'm from Africa. I was born in Nigeria. I've tasted poverty before. I know what poverty is. I lost my parents when I was just age 12. And at that point, I said to myself, I am going to change the whole world for better. It does not matter what comes my way. I will do everything I can to make the world a better place to live. I remember a quote that if you are born poor, it is not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault. And that is why I said to myself, I will go all the way to succeed in life, to be great in life, to be a champion, to be a winner. I came to UK just about 20 years ago in pursuit of my careers and dreams. I came to UK, I was living from hand to mouth, from paycheck to paycheck, without nothing good to write home about, because I was a safety officer for London Underground and Network Rate. But it got to a point in my life, at a stage, I said, this has to stop. I cannot continue living in this kind of situation that I cannot help my fellow human being. I cannot reach out. I cannot be, put a salt in someone's mouth. And that is the point. I said, I have to follow my passion. What is my passion? I love, inspiration, motivation. I became a motivational speaker, a career that I chose when I was younger, but I couldn't start it because in Nigeria, everything was so rough for me. And when I came to UK, when I got started as a motivational speaker, that phenomenal privilege took me to many parts of the world, giving inspirational speeches, motivating people, changing life. That is the dream I've got, when I was just 12 years old. And along the line, I joined some programs. I got wounded. Some of my people got wounded. And I said to myself, I'm not going to promote any MLM company again, any trading company again. I put a stop to it. But I will just continue on my motivation speaking career because that is enough for me. And about 7 months ago, I was just going through some of my motivational speeches. I said to you, ladies and gentlemen, you might be here today, hearing this for the first time. Nobody introduced me to Onpassive, but I want to appreciate Roger Peter and Redfern for putting that video out there, because I came across that video that is changing my life for better now, that is changing everything in my family, that is turning everything around for my people around the whole world. And I listened to that video from beginning to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, I caught the vision straight away. I didn't ask questions. I didn't call nobody. I became a co-founder right that night because I knew what I was looking for. Onpassive is a game changer. Onpassive is a disruptor to the online industry. A company that builds your customers for you. A company that do everything for you, totally 100% and free. You cannot get that on the planet. I have never seen a company like that before that caters for 94% of people, 97% of people that failed online. Onpassive is a level ground. Whether you are guru, whether you don't know anything about internet, you will succeed with Onpassive. There is nothing that you cannot achieve. I want to ask you today, what is your dream? What is your goal? What is your vision? I want to tell you, it is possible with Onpassive. It does not matter where you are. It does not matter your level. It does not matter what you are thinking. And I can tell you, everything is possible for you with Onpassive. I want to thank Ash Mufara, ladies and gentlemen. That very week that I became a co-founder, I attended the private webinar on a Thursday, and I listened to this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confessing to you today with total conviction, there is nobody on the planet that has that kind of like Ash Mufara. I call the vision. His vision, his dream, his goal is contagious. You cannot refute it. You cannot say no to what he's doing. And after that, I began to, spread the word. to all my people all over the world, in Germany, in Asia, in Dubai. I started, calling them, come and join this opportunity. It will change your life. You want to produce a potable water. You want to produce electricity. You want to feed the poor. You want to make life better. Onpassive is the vehicle that you can use to change lives around the whole world. I want to tell you, Onpassive invigorated me every day. This opportunity energized me every day. This opportunity has taken me to the next level in my motivational career. Even though there's a lockdown, I'm telling you, for God's sake, Onpassive has changed my life. Even though we have not launched, I believe we have launched already. It is a reality. This is more than hope. It is happening already, if you don't know. So I want to encourage you, those that are listening to me, those that are watching me, try and bring your people in. Even my haters, I bring them to Onpassive now. I talk to them. Will you hate me? Just come and join Onpassive, because it doesn't matter what you feel about me. You will change your life. That is my dream. That is my goal, that I want to help the whole world. I want to provide a potable water in my country, in Nigeria, where I lived before I came to UK. I know what it means to live under a roof without water, without electricity, without anything. I struggled to go to school. To God be the glory. It is what by grace of God that I was able to, have education in life. So I'm telling you today, it does not matter what you are going through now. This Onpassive is a new beginning, a chance to turn your failures into achievement and your sorrows into goods. There is no room for excuses. I do believe that we are all connected. I do believe in positive energy. I do believe in the power of prayer, and I believe in putting good out into the world. I believe in taking care of each other. What is your goal? What is your dream? What is your passion? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be in the next 1 year? Where do you want to be in the next 2 years? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? In the next 10 years? You have to have the mentality that to create a dynasty for your family, for your children's children, a legacy that they will never forget for the rest of their life. I am telling you today, change your mindset. Bring every people you know, all your contacts, even if they hate you, bring them. I can tell you, there is no company on the planet that can stand Onpassive. I have studied it. I have do everything I can to know what is Onpassive. A company alone under Onpassive is $1 billion company. Now we have 50 companies, over 50 companies. I have never seen a guy like Ash, wherever he is. I am praying for him and his family. To God bless him immensely for what he has done to this world. We have so many geniuses around the whole world. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Larry Page. Tell me, who among them has the kind of art that Ash has got? Ash has brought this vehicle to us to change our lives, to change the whole world. And that is why, I'm a member of Onpassive. I live Onpassive. I dream Onpassive. I talk Onpassive. I walk Onpassive. My blood is Onpassive. Everything about me and my family, we are Onpassive. And I can tell you, if you can have that enthusiasm, if you can have that mentality, there is nobody that can stop you. You are unstoppable. You are a conqueror. You are a winner. You are a achiever. Nobody can stop you. I repeat. So I want you to believe in Onpassive. I want you to take this journey to the next level, to bring everybody you know, whether they hate you or they love you, bring them, and your life will never remain the same. Thank you so much for this opportunity given to me. It is a privilege, and I want to thank you. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Victor, every single time, you never fail to deliver. Now, if you want to know how to do Onpassive, just pop over to the leaderboard, have a look at number 1 and have a look at number 10, right? That's Victor right there. And he's done that in 7 months. Oh my word. Now you know why he is so successful within Onpassive. Fantastic. Marty DeGarmo, can you let Chris Johnson in before he starts crying any more than he already is? Apparently he can't get in. So can you let him in, please? Okay, so next up we got Key, then Averim, and then we'll have another go at Richard Moore. So Key, take it away, mate, please.
Oh my God, Red. Are you serious? I'm supposed to follow that?
You're on the
Oh,
list,
man.
mate. You put your hand up. You've muted yourself, mate. You're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry
That's
about
better.
that. Yeah, I just had to share something with Paul and with Marty. Victor, man, gosh almighty. You are a self-made man from the word of 12 years old. I can't imagine. I grew up in the States. I was well taken care of as a child. I wanted for nothing. And you've been on your own since you were 12 years old. I take my hat off to you. You blow me away. And what I want to share with Marty is, Marty, I'm on keto. I'm down already 6 pounds. It's amazing. And I'm probably going to end up going to a plant-based lifestyle, but I want to share something with everybody. It kind of goes with gurus and what you think of going to people that you think you can trust and what you know. The number one killer in the United States of America is heart disease. More people die every year in the United States from heart disease. Number two, anybody got an idea? It's
Stress.
cancer. Cancer. Cancer is the number two killer in the United States. Anybody want to guess what number three is?
Stress.
Stress.
Diabetes.
Anybody else?
Pressure.
Diabetes. Oh.
Medical errors in hospitals.
Get away.
Nope. The
Yeah,
number three,
that
the
is
number,
right, yeah.
the number three killer cause of death in the United States is medical errors. So how do we parlay that with Onpassive? You know, all these gurus out there that are talking about how to make money and what they know how to do and blah, blah, blah. Onpassive is the answer, guys. And the other answer is stay out of hospitals.
Where, just remind me again, Key, where do you work again?
Where do I work now? In a hospital, Fred. Red. If you see me in a hospital, guys, you have had a bad day. I put people on life support. I take you off life support. So, you know, I deal with the pulmonary side of medicine, pulmonary and cardiac heart disease. But you know, yeah. So I'm hoping, Red, that in 6 to 8 months I don't do that anymore. I'm at my 31-year mark, and Onpassive is where I want to be. So that's it, mate.
At the end of the day, it could have been worse. You could have said you were an undertaker.
This is very true.
You know, undertaker patients don't complain a whole lot, though.
No,
they
no,
don't, do they?
No, very quiet.
I have to say, I had quite a lengthy conversation, probably about 7, 8 months ago with Key when he was on a break, actually, on the wards. And I had a chat with him and stuff. And do you know something? I absolutely applaud you for what you do within your workplace, mate, because I know one thing. You just don't know what you're going to on a daily basis. You leave your work on one day, go back, and not only has your shift changed, but probably all the beds, and it must be emotionally draining on a daily basis to be able to cope with what you do. So I applaud you, mate, and you know you're the same as anybody who serves. You know, your service is very, very appreciated, and I applaud you for it. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much, and I hope you don't have to do it for much longer, to be honest.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, next up then, this is the running order. We've only got 15 minutes left, guys. So we're going to go to Averim. We're going to have another go at Richard Moore, and then probably James R. Bell will be after that. If we've got any time, we'll sneak one more in. So Avram, sorry, take it away, mate, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Keith, for just talking about the plant-based diet.
because I actually healed my body starting 3.5 years ago with just totally shifting to plant-based plus the right supplements. And to add one more thing, I had the big C in beginning of February last year, and it was gone within 4, 5, 6 days fully. I had totally the same symptoms, but I knew exactly what to do and what to keep out and which supplements to take. So no pharmaceuticals and stuff. The nature is so incredibly intelligent and can support our bodies, and strengthening our immune system is extremely important and beautiful to do. And some of you, I heard, want to go to plant-based diets because when Julie is talking about the cruise and that we want to go, that she wants to offer a cruise, I thought, oh my God, I cannot go because everybody is drinking and eating, and will there be enough for me the way I eat? But if I hear that some of you are also maybe eating this way, I could go. I hope we can fly at that time. It healed my body tremendously. I lost so much weight within a short time, with full of fun, with there's so much to eat, which is so incredible, supporting the body, that my body is healed and many more people's body can heal. So this is one point I wanted to mention. The other one is also about the last big webinar we had with Ash, when he talked about the food saving. He had this incredible touching story of saving the food from the pastry. And we do that in Germany. And one of my big projects is, which I will put into Obless, and I'm so touched that we will have that soon, to buy a big food truck, because the wholesale markets are throwing away so much food. And we have so many hungry people here also in Heidelberg in Germany. I couldn't believe it when I came here and I saw the situation. So there is so much to do for us. It's incredible. And I'm extremely grateful to the man who brought me into Onpassive, that I can share my heart out with these things. And when the apples come in, it's beyond, I'm almost beyond gratitude. I don't know how to express it. And I see it in so many of your eyes, and I feel your hearts. These fireside chats are touching me so deeply, how we connect here, how I hear the different dialects, the different voices, where people come from, what we are planning to do. And I would so much like more of my friends to get the message, but somehow, I don't know why, we can't reach everybody. So let's see. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share today. I'm so grateful that all of you are talking and sharing, and that we are connecting. I just love you. Thank you so much for sharing your hearts. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Avram. That was absolutely beautiful. Okay, I think we've got time to sneak in the last three. Okay, so we're gonna have a go.
Can one more thing, please?
Yes, go for it,
one
Avram.
more thing. Can Paul Angus please share the video we were talking about from Suzanne? I really would like to watch it.
Yeah, it's actually on Paul Angus's YouTube channel. Paul, if you can put it in the chat, your YouTube channel, you'll be able to find it there, Avram. Okay. Okay, Richard Moore, we'll have one more go at you. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about the love of life and the love of Onpassive. My life was sparingly, miraculously saved. Quite a long ordeal. Fortunately, my service, my military years permitted me to receive the treatment that I needed after 2.5 years of specialized care. I did come through an ordeal that the doctors were had never thought would be the case. So I'm grateful in every sense of the word for that. I'd always kind of had a blue collar. I've always worked hard, lived paycheck to paycheck. And I had really hoped that my health would allow me to continue to work. However, that hasn't been the case. I discovered a little bit about internet marketing a few years ago, and I can honestly say that I suppose it's a good thing that I discovered Onpassive probably 5 to 6 months into my journey with internet marketing, which probably prevented me from, as many of you all know, throwing away a lot of money into programs that don't work. So in that sense, I guess timing in life, as they say a lot of times, everything. In that sense, I guess I hit the jackpot. Also, the one thing that has given me a lot of recent encouragement and extra satisfaction is now that I've built a bit of a team, I'm actually seeing some of my team members bringing in a lot of extra team members. So rather than it being just a one-man show, it's now become a multiple team show, which makes all the difference in the world. So that's about all I wanted to say.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Richard. Okay, just make sure you mute yourself, please, Richard, if you want to. We're going to go in this order, and I'm hoping, above hope, we got enough time to do it all as well, because we need to make way for the Spanish. So keep it nice and quick if you can do. We're going to go James, Chris Johnson, Paddy, Milo, and then if I've got time, I'd love to have Ali Zachary on as well. So let's just go for that first. James, take it away, please.
Hey, thanks, Red. I'll make it quick. I was just wondering, Marty, you talking about the keto one-shot diet thing? And go Onpassive, and that's all I wanted to say.
Do you want to respond to that, Marty, quickly?
No.
That's quick. Fantastic.
No.
Okay.
I'll get a hold of James.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay, next up then, we're going to go Chris Johnson, Paddy, Milo, and then Ali Zachary to finish it off. So, Chris Johnson, take it away, sir.
Hey, guys. Number one, Red, I apologize. I'm late. I had a very marathon of webinars the last 2 days, what completely broke me down into building my heart up. So, still emotional about it. I got to help out Papua New Guinea today, and it was awesome. And that's all I'm going to say, guys. Give back, share this, change people's lives. I love you all. I'm just way too emotional. And I'll watch this recording so I can catch up on all the new stories. But I love you all, and it's coming. But change someone's life and let them know it's coming. I love you all.
We love you, Chris. We love you, Chris.
Fantastic, mate. Absolute inspiration. Just to think, less than 2 months ago, he didn't say a word. Now look at him. My word. Okay, Paddy McGuigan, take it away, my friend.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Chris Johnson, I cheer you up. You look like Ron Jeremy last night in the Milo and Julie Fireside chat, by the way. I love that moustache. Anyway, yeah, some great stories tonight, guys. You know what I mean? Some fantastic stories. It does my heart good to listen to everyone, especially the health aspect of this whole thing. And that's why I'm so excited about Oh Bless, because I have a lot of charities that I have in mind that I want to help, especially cancers. My daughter is waiting for a bone marrow transplant at the minute, and she's got at least 8 donors at the minute. So with the help of God, well, she'll get that transplant and she'll get there, you know what I mean? But I'm a great believer. Marty's doing a great job. I'm really proud of him for going on that keto diet. He's getting there. Thank God. Marty, God bless. And God bless to your grandchild as well, mate. I I pray every day. So I do. And I send her Irish blessings, or I send them Irish blessings. Yeah, you know, these stories, this is what this whole thing's about, this fireside chat. It's for people to open up and really tell us what their lives is like, because, you know, none of us are filthy rich, obscenely rich. And this is the reason why Ash has blessed us with Old Bless first, because what that does is it creates a mindset. And I make a lot of posts. I put up a lot of posts about the man possessed with mindset, and because I think it really matters. The mindset's a wonderful thing, and we need to switch that mindset over. First of all, we need to get into the mindset that we have got a business here. We've been gifted a business. You know, for $97, folks, we've been gifted this business. You know what I mean? This here should be about 10 grand. We've been given it for peanuts. So respect that fact. Respect it. What you've been given. This is a global company. This is going to be the biggest company in the world. You got to understand that. You got to understand the enormity of what you have here, what you've been given, and learn. The number one thing I say to everybody is learn. There's no excuse for no one in this business not to get the full understanding of this business, because all these great people are bringing out fantastic videos, webinars, chats, fireside chats, interviews. There is no excuse. And it's only when you get into this from the inside and really grasp what you have that you start getting them them light bulb moments that will just blow your mind. I'm not joking. It will just completely blow you away. We have got something special here, and we need to nurture it, and we need to grow it. And the only way to do that is understand it. Red, thank you.
Cheers, Paddy. Okay, we're coming up to the hour now, so we're going to start closing it out. I'm going to go to Milo, then a quick one from Ali, and Marty is going to close us down. So Milo, take it away, sir.
Hey, Red, thanks so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Usually I don't make it. I'm at church or whatever. I get to see the replays, but we had a flood in Nashville, and so I didn't have church today, so I got to be on here live. I really appreciate it. But I want to tell you, 2 years ago, I'm really excited to tell you this. 2 years ago, I planted a seed. I planted a seed, and a whole bunch of you has watered it, and you've helped bring that seed about. And I present to you, you know, Julie, 2 years ago, she came on, and what a blessing she's been to the team and been to Onpassive. And I just want to say that I'm thankful for that. And if we just all do our part, you know, plant that seed, man. You plant the seed, other people water it. It's a team effort, and man, it grows and it's beautiful. And Onpassive is beautiful, and Bless is beautiful. And I can't say enough about Onpassive and all of my friends here. Listening to Chris this morning, you know, wow. You know, all I can say is, wow, I love all of you, and thanks for having me on.
Cheers, Milo. And what you and Julie are doing on your show with JuliaMilo.com as well is absolutely amazing. You are fantastic people to have on this journey. If nobody has ever not heard of these people, I have to say, first thing is, why haven't you? But pop over there to the Julia Milo show, okay, and listen to some of the absolutely awesome interviews. Okay, Ali Zachary, we'll hear from you, and then Marty's going to close us off. Ali, take it away. Hello, Ali. Okay, looks like he's not here then. Okay, Marty DeGarmo, you can take it away and close it down. Thanks very much, everybody, for popping on today and telling us your story. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget, we do this every single week on a Sunday. So come back next week, bring some people with you so that we can share this amazing company with everyone. Marty, take it away.
All righty. Thanks, Red. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for being here. What great stories and we'll be able to look back and see where it all started. So it's fantastic. I'll see you all and have a great Sunday until we see you again. Share it, share it, share it. You'll be glad you did. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, Sue Ellen.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hi, John Boy.
John Boy.
Good night, Marty Bob.
Yeah, I don't want to forget about John Boy.
Yeah, don't forget about John Boy.
Marty
Bob.
Don't forget John Boy.
Night, Grandpa.
Love everybody, y'all.
Good night, Marty Bob.
This is what it's all about, man. This is what it's all about, man. We
It
are the
is.
world.
It
We
is,
are the
Cedric.
world. We are the world, man. Can't get enough of this, man.
It's
You're in it to
coming.
win it.
It's coming.
It's coming! Woohoo! Go Founders, go! The Onpassive way. Built by design.